What's up, the world? This is your boy Tommy Mab. I just came to speak really quickly on that Kwame Brown slash what's his name? Shannon Sharpe situation. I don't, like I said, I don't believe in get into stuff like this generally, because it's really not about anything. Kwame Brown made some statements about LeBron, I guess, saying LeBron, he's another one of these people who hates LeBron for some reason, and I never really understand why. You have people who get mad at LeBron. I've seen black people who say they don't like LeBron because of what he said about China, which to me is dumb. And 9 out of 10 times when you ask them who's your favorite player all the time, they always say Michael Jordan. So it ain't got nothing to do with China. It's the fact that they don't like they love Michael Jordan, so they get mad at LeBron for anything. So 9 out of 10 times I tend to not even focus on them because I think it's crazy. But I do think that LeBron fans sometimes feel like any criticism, they've gotten to the point, because it's so much of the criticism of LeBron is unfair, that they start to get to a point where any criticism of LeBron is unfair, which also can be annoying. It's like LeBron can be criticized as well. You know what I mean? Yes, 90% of his criticism is unfair and stupid and from Jordan fans. But once again, just because Jordan fans are nut jobs does not change the fact that certain criticisms of LeBron are accurate. I made a video a couple days ago about Scottie Pippen and the difference between LeBron and being a teammate. Yes, there's no denying that there are also downsides to being teammates with LeBron too. It's a lot of times, just like Jordan fans, LeBron fans can be overzealous, and just like Jordan fans, LeBron fans can sometimes be toxic. But that aside, I think LeBron fans are way more rational than Jordan fans because of the dichotomy of the relationship, right? LeBron fans are way more hypercritical of being unfairly biased because they feel that's the problem with people who criticize LeBron. So they're more likely to think about things in a way of not trying to be like the people that criticize the person that they like. So therefore it creates a temperament that sometimes they try to be overly fair sometimes when they're criticizing, because they don't want to be like the people who are unfair when they're criticizing LeBron. So I think sometimes it leads to them being a little toxic of every criticism of LeBron, but it also leads to them being more open-minded to listening to other people's arguments, because they know Jordan fans generally don't listen to any argument that helps LeBron, and they accept every argument that discredits him. So I tend to, like I said, just, people have their opinions. You know what I mean? LeBron said he was going to retire. I didn't really say any video about that, because the truth of the matter is that people coming out saying LeBron is selfish for making it about him. No, he's not. If his statement about the situation is I'm just tired, then he can't wait until after the playoffs to make that statement. I think that's dumb. No, he's going to make it when the question is presumed. He's at the end of his game, his exit interview, his last interview, and when people ask him specific questions, he's going to answer them. If it's something that is on his mind, he's going to say it. To say that he shouldn't have said that in the midst of his annoyance, that's dumb, because in the midst of his annoyance, he may not have said it. So to me, it just seems like it was more of an organic statement because of the fact that he said it when he said it, because it felt like he was frustrated. He was tired. And you can't blame him for that guy to put in that type of effort in that last game and them lose. He didn't come off the floor, and they lost, and he still is getting criticized because he wasn't aggressive. A guy who didn't come off the court. It's ridiculous that this guy is 38 years old, has been proving people wrong his entire career, and still you have people saying the same shit they said about him in year 2. So I think that's why LeBron fans tend to be a little more oversensitive about the criticism, because they feel like the criticism is so far gone when it comes to LeBron that it's like, well, seriously? This man, 38 years old, can barely. This man has no lift. to drive. He can't plant, and this man still somehow scores 40 and has like 9 assists. I mean, like 9 or 10 rebounds, 8 or 9 rebounds and 9 or 10 assists. And this is what we get. Criticism of LeBron after the game. To me, like I said, I have not been shying away from criticizing LeBron at all. I never do, never will. I analyze it how I see it. LeBron played a masterful game in that game, but he gets tired. In those last 2-3 games, if it wasn't for LeBron, they would have got blown off the court. Every time LeBron takes a rest, they get slaughtered. The only reason why the game stayed close even then was LeBron refused to come out of the game. And LeBron gave him a 10-point lead, just like he did in the game before. He gave him a 10-point lead, then went to sit down. By the time he sat down, the 10-point lead gone. He ain't sat down 2 minutes. So, yeah, people sitting up here criticizing, I was one of the main people. Do not trade their pieces. The pieces are good. They're doing a good job. No need to trade them because you're giving up that for Kyrie Irving. I am not going to sit here. I have no ego when it comes to admitting when I'm wrong. I was dead ass wrong. That series showed me straight. I was dead ass wrong. They needed Kyrie. They needed somebody that LeBron can come off the court, then give it to somebody else who can get them points. They had nobody that can get points. Austin Reeves is amazing. I love Austin Reeves, but Austin Reeves is limited. He can only do so much. He's not somebody that Kyrie Irving. If you do not guard Kyrie Irving will give you 40. If you don't guard Austin Reeves, he might give you 20, 22. That's great. You know what I mean? It's no knock on that. You do not lose Austin Reeves. I do not want them to lose Austin Reeves. I would rather them lose Hachimura than Austin Reeves. But ideally, I would love them to keep both. Just keep both. If you keep both, they can keep both, still bring in Kyrie, just takes a small little cut, and they can still bring in Kyrie. I don't know if Kyrie will do that, but considering the fact that he's in the LA market, he can make that back. But I think that Kyrie Irving would be a great fit for them. Because I thought they would have lose all of them, but from what I'm reading, they could keep Ruri and they could keep Austin Reeves. D'Angelo Russell's a great fit, but I'm sorry, you had your audition. D'Angelo Russell didn't do it. He couldn't do it. So, I mean, he can't play. His defense was not terrible. It wasn't terrible. I think they made too much to do about nothing and trying to state like he was a weakling. I don't think D'Angelo Russell's defense was terrible in that thing. He just couldn't score. And that you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You can't be in a game that important and we just need 12 points from you. He couldn't give them nothing. He couldn't make a shot. It's not like if they would just have him standing out in the corner and shooting, that's one thing. They weren't doing that. They were giving D'Angelo Russell the ball. He was dribbling. He just couldn't make a shot. He couldn't make a shot off the dribble. He couldn't make a layup. He couldn't get to the rim, and he couldn't make a three. So you sitting there watching like, oh my gosh, like right now, this is 100% true. You know, hell, that would have been a Kyrie Irving. No hell, Kyrie Irving would have done that. So if you can keep Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, and all you gotta lose is D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Mo Bamba, who didn't even play, sign it up. Why not? To me, I mean, I think that's an easy thing for me. Those three ain't even really do anything. Malik Beasley didn't play. Rui Hachimura, Mo Bamba didn't play, and D'Angelo Russell didn't play well. So D'Angelo Russell, probably is looking for a different spot. I mean, that hot light you trending on Twitter every time you play a bad game. I don't think D'Angelo Russell wants that. But at this point, I thought he was good. I thought he did well. I thought he played well. But like I said before, if I got a choice out of losing him or Austin Reeves, I love D'Angelo Russell, but I'm keeping Austin Reeves. D'Angelo Russell can go. Because Austin Reeves, you're going to have to pay him, but you have his bird rights. D'Angelo Russell, you're not you can take him off your books. You can take Obama off your books, and you can take Malik Beasley off your books, and you got and if Kyrie gives you a discount, considering it's the LA market, I think that will be a good fit. But I, you know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. But the Kwame, but getting back to the topic of the video, which is the Kwame Brown Shannon Sharpe thing. This is my problem with Kwame Brown, right? I love Kwame Brown sometimes, and he gets on my nerves sometimes. Kwame Brown tends to spray, right? It's the same thing when you get a guy like Corey Holcomb, right? I love Corey Holcomb in a sense, in some of the things he says, because some of the things he said is things he say, they're very, very intuitive. They're introspective, and sometimes he said things that you don't think about from his perspective, and then he'll say it. I never really thought about it like that. But he says a lot of dumb junk on top of that, very ignorant, stupid stuff. Kwame Brown kind of puts himself in that lane sometimes. Well, he'll say a lot of smart things, and then he'll also say, he'll kind of sometimes encase it with stupidity sometimes. So he'll say certain things where he'll say, well, when you criticize a person, then they're going out trying to help these kids. They can't really help these kids when you criticize them. But then he criticizes people and says things that will make it harder for them. So it's like, which one is it? Right? He calls anybody who criticizes him a coon. Yet he was friends with a guy like Tommy Sotomayor, who is also well known for being a coon. So it's like, I try my best not to like I said, get into this whole stupidity of throwing the coon word around, because I don't really like using it that much either, because most of the time we use it the wrong way. It's like the word Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was not Sambo was the actual like coon, right? It wasn't Uncle Tom. But the whole narrative is more of a religious based narrative. They tried to paint Uncle Tom as the coon, not Sambo, because he believed in God. So you got to pay attention to the subtleties of why the world uses the word Uncle Tom instead of Sambo. Right? If I'm saying the name right, I don't even remember. I think it was Sambo. But at the end of the day, the point I'm trying to say is you can't paint people with broad brushes every time they disrespect you. Kwame Brown always calls people coons. Corey Holcomb always calls people gay. It's like every time somebody disagrees with you, you have a narrative that seems to me very immature. It takes away from the other things you say, because a lot of other things Kwame Brown says is very intuitive, like I said, introspective. He speaks a lot of truth. Same thing with Corey Holcomb, and same thing with Shannon Sharpe. But I feel like the ignorance comes out when you disagree with them, right? Shannon pulled blazes, gun blazing, right, and just went at Kwame Brown. Did I think that him attacking Kwame Brown like that should have been the response? No, I don't think he had to go that hard, calling the guy a bust, saying he's a farmer, he didn't achieve anything. Well, like I said before, yes, Kwame Brown came at LeBron, but truth of the matter is Jordan kind of screwed Kwame Brown's career over. And to point at his statistics and say, well, you got to consider the fact that Jordan made it really hard for him, not only on the Wizards, but when he left. Jordan is a very vindictive player. And just because he wasn't on Jordan's team doesn't mean Jordan didn't have influence. Who do you think Kobe Bryant was talking to? Jordan? The guy that Jordan said would call him all the time for advice? What do you think happened when they traded Kwame, when Kwame got on the Lakers? Who do you think had influence to make Kwame Brown life a living hell? Jordan. Now, whether Kobe listened to him or not, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he had some influence. Probably when Kwame first got there, you're going to have to get on him and make him do this, this, and this, and probably made it a lot harder for Kwame, but that's neither here nor there. The point I'm trying to say about the situation is Kwame played 12 years in the NBA. That's an accomplishment. To say he was a bust You know, I saw Kwame Brown play. Kwame Brown wasn't a bad player. He just, like I said, he was a little before his time. Like now he would be a lot better because he could run. You know, he was uber athletic. He could run. You can get him the ball. And he probably could do a lot more than he was doing then. Because then it was more the big man was kind of turn his back, dribble, hook, dribble, you know, post moves. That's not Kwame's game. Kwame's game is run, get pass, dunk. The funniest thing is he criticizes LeBron, but probably the best fit, one of the best fit for him probably would have been to play with someone like LeBron, which is funny. Because if he played with a guy like LeBron, he probably would have been ridiculous. But he didn't. He played with a bunch of people that he somehow still idolizes. I don't understand why. But my only problem with Kwame is yes, he criticizes you, but here we go again with the gay. It's like it's an old hat at this point. Every time somebody criticizes somebody black, they call them gay. And it's like, oh, okay, like at this point, it's not even, like I said, as far as the LGBT, whatever, I don't give a shit about that. That's not why it's annoying, right? It's just so juvenile. Schoolyard juvenile. Like, oh, I don't like something you say. I'm going to say you gay. I'm going to say you're a bust. Or I'm going to say, it's like, we gotta resort back to juvenile freaking dozens. I mean, it's like at this point we got to be more mature as a people, because these are the exact things that make it harder for these people to go and be role models for kids who may be coming up. How are they gonna be a role model when the minute they're a little critical of anybody, you start calling them a coon or gay? At this point, these kids don't know who to follow, because the ones that are successful, their coons are gay, and the ones that aren't successful are ignorant and dumb. It's like there's a middle ground. Everything is not black and white. There are some people who may have had maybe rough around the edges, but that don't mean they're stupid or ignorant. And there are some people who are very articulate and business oriented and career focused, who aren't gay or coons. It's like I said, most of the time, 90% of this world to me seems like it's just people stepping on other people, and whether that's true or not, I don't know. But whether people are stepping on other people or not, what I do understand is that in life, we got to learn to stop being the middleman between two warring sides on everything. It's like, let them be stupid, let them be stupid. Let them be dumb. But we don't have to feed into it all the time. It's like we love the drama between one side and the other. It's like, why can't we just ignore these idiots at times and just be like, man, these people are dumb. It's just as more black people cutting down other black people, or more specifically, more poor people cutting down other poor people. At least they were born poor, right? But a bunch of rich people who used to be poor, who are now making fun of that other people can see as a pathway out of their circumstance. And I've never been a fan of that. I think there's you can find wisdom in anything. I don't care if you can be watching Sesame Street and come across something that you never thought about in a certain way, and it can enlighten you. I think wisdom can come from anywhere, as long as you got the Holy Spirit driving you. I think that's what the Holy Spirit is. Jesus gave us the Holy Spirit so that we can find truth. And I think finding truth is easy when you're opening your mind up to hearing it. And when you cutting off channels so that you can focus on dumb shit, I think 90% of the time you end up missing some wisdom that you don't got. And I think this whole thing with him and Shannon, Sharpe, and Kwame, I think In the end, it just comes down to just two grown men learning to act like grown men. And stop acting like you're freaking ninth graders on the schoolyard saying jump to each other, threatening to fight, and this is just ignorant. You know what I mean? If somebody touches you, then yeah, protect yourself. But at the end of the day, if you sitting there, you having a conversation with a person, and a person says something you don't agree with, why can't you beat them with intelligence? Prove your point. But instead, it seems like nobody ever proves their point. They just start slanging insults back at each other like they're in ninth grade. You're gay, you're a bust, you're this, you're short, you're broke. It's like, my God, can anybody just use logic? He's disagreeing with your logic. Attack his logic. Why are you attacking him as a man? Why are you attacking him as a person? Why are you attacking him? Shannon tries to act like because Kwame Brown's a bust, somehow it doesn't. His opinion has absolutely no value. Like his person is not valuable. He's still a successful man, not a black man. He's a successful man. Period. And Shannon Sharpe and Kwame acts like because Shannon Sharpe is in the fitness and this, that, and the third, that somehow he's gay. It's like, no, we're gonna take all this man's accomplishments and all the things he's done, and we're gonna sum it up to him being a gay coon. And we're gonna take everything this man accomplished and all the things he's done, and we're gonna equate it to being a bust. And an ignorant bust, hater, loser. Neither one is true. But at the end of the day, I just wish that I think we need to stop supporting dumb shit. Like, as black people, we gotta stop applauding and laughing along with these dumb things. You see, like, that's what we're attracted to. Ignorant drama sometimes. And to me, I just think it don't hold a lot of weight. Just let it ride. You know what I mean? Let them argue amongst themselves. At some point, they'll realize they're saying something stupid, and hopefully they'll apologize for the dumb shit that they're saying. Because it's just, to me, it undermines. These kids, Uncle, they call him Uncle, but Shannon Sharpe has a voice among black people that a lot of black people listen to. But don't cut him down so that his voice has less power. Same thing with Kwame Brown. You guys can be two warriors on the same side, but with different philosophies. Just respect his philosophy on life, respect your philosophy on life, and y'all learn to live. Y'all learn to both spread your message. When his message starts to affect your message, then you speak up on it and explain why your message is better. But if you cannot do that, then just be quiet. Because if you resort to just calling him names, now the stuff that he says that might be valuable for somebody to hear, now all of a sudden people gonna tone out because you have undermined him as a person, when truly you had a problem with something he said. Right? And Kwame Brown giving an opinion about LeBron should not lead to people not listening to Kwame Brown, and Shannon Sharpe getting mad at Kwame Brown shouldn't lead to people not listening to Shannon Sharpe. You shouldn't have to create a situation like that. Anyways, I just wanted to say that. Please comment. Let me know what y'all think. Thumbs it up if y'all like it. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace.